What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Hack-A-Lantern. So here's the deal, alright? It's October 1st. You already know what time it is. Tis the season, you know? You gotta get festive with it. It's October. Halloween is right around the corner. You gotta watch some horror movies. But more specifically, you gotta watch some Halloween-centric horror movies, right? So, I started this channel in December, so this is my first October doing videos for the channel, and my plan is to only review horror movies and or Halloween-related movies in October. I don't know if I'm going to stick to that. I mean, it's not really a hard thing to stick to whatsoever. It's not like I'm doing like the 31 Days of Horror, doing a horror movie every single day for 31 days, and it's not like I like edit or anything, so it's not really that hard. It's like review horror movies all October, but I don't know. I get like burnt out with like doing the same stuff, so who knows? But that's my plan for October. So to start it off, we went with a classic here. No, I'm just playing. To start it off, we're starting with Hack-A-Lantern, which, it's a Halloween-centric movie. It's definitely got the Halloween atmosphere going on. It's definitely a horror movie, so it fits all the criteria. But this movie is one of those like so bad it's good, ultra cheesy, random, WTF movies. And the thing about those movies, I like specific scenes from them. Like, of course, like Troll 2, I like specific scenes from it, but sometimes watching the entire movie, it's like, it is just bad. Like, besides like the cheesy, schlocky, over the top scenes that I could just watch a compilation of on YouTube, it's like, do I really want to waste like an hour and a half of my life watching the whole movie? But this movie, actually, the whole movie was kind of entertaining. Like I said, it had good Halloween atmosphere going on, and I'm a horror fan, and it was trying to be like a straight up horror film. So I thought it was a decent enough movie. It definitely kept my attention. I mean, it mainly kept my attention because of the weirdness and the cheesiness, but that's all right. At the end of the day, a movie's job is to be entertaining. However, it does that, whether it's by being so bad or random, or actually having a captivating story. Either way, as long as it's entertaining, as long as it's not boring or forgettable, that's all we need. It's doing its job. So yeah, my overall thoughts of Hack-A-Lantern is that it was decent. It was entertaining enough. I had a decent time with it. I'm gonna give you a real quick plot summary, because I'm gonna be honest. This is gonna sound bad because I'm supposed to be the movie reviewer here. I'm supposed to know my stuff, but man, I had a hard time. I had a hard time figuring out what the heck was going on in this movie half the time. So I'm gonna give you all like a 2-sentence, 3-sentence plot summary here. So you got this guy Tommy. In the beginning of the movie, he's a kid. He's with his grandpa. He grows up, and his grandpa is the leader of this satanic cult. And this satanic cult, they do a ritual sacrifice every Halloween. The grandpa wants to enlist Tommy into this cult, and to do that, Tommy has to kill someone on Halloween. So that's the basic plot summary. And then there's a killer going around and a devil mask picking people off. A lot of stuff going on. You got random, comedy performances outside of parties. You got random daydreams where fools get their heads cut off. You got a lot of lifting weights. You got a lot of sweaty gentlemen. You got satanic shrines going on. So I mean, that's the gist of it. That's pretty much all you need to know about Hack-A-Lantern. God forbid I spoil Hack-A-Lantern for you. Straight up straight up classic like Hackleland. You don't want to you don't want any spoilers, so I'll save you. I'll save you on that one. But anyways, I'm looking at my notes here. I already went over the fact that it's so bad it's good. Yeah, it's so bad it's good in the fact that the the performances are off, the choices that the characters make are off. There's so many random moments that are just there for no reason and make no sense, and they're very unintentionally funny. And yeah, like the characters, they don't make the best decisions. It's typical so bad it's good stuff. There are a couple of specific instances, like two main ones that I'll get into uh, later in the review, that are just these random moments, and those are some of the highlights of the movie. But just a fun fact here, the guy who plays the main character, Tommy, is the same guy who plays Mac's dad in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I recognized him pretty much right away. So, I mean, I don't watch that show religiously, but I would always, catch it when it was on TV. I haven't seen like every season in order, but I mean, I think that's a great show. So, it's definitely cool to see a familiar face, and he's great in the show. He's like scary and Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but yeah, he did pretty good job in this. So it was cool to see him. So this is a horror movie. I don't know if you could really categorize this as a slasher, but there are quite a few kills, and I'm gonna be honest, in my opinion, for the most part, most of the kills sucked, but there were two decent kills that I want to point out. There's this one woman, she gets a pitchfork to the head, and you see it's not a cutaway, all practical. That looked great. And it's in broad daylight, of course. If you want to set the tone, just broad daylight always does the trick. Never fails. And then you had this one gentleman, once again, broad daylight, gets killed with a shovel to the head. You see everything. It's beautiful. It's magnificent. I love it. I mean, what more can you say? But yeah, the other kills, they weren't really that great. There was like this one where this girl just got stabbed, but she had like a corset on or something, or like a waist trainer, I don't know. But the killer is like pulling her corset really tight, and I thought she was just gonna get killed by that, and I thought that was gonna be kind of funny, but then she just gets stabbed and it doesn't even look cool. And then this one girl gets like hung with a noose, and I don't know if it was like late at night, and maybe I was a couple of drinks deep. I don't know. Probably not. I'm straight edge. Quit playing. But maybe I was just disoriented and I saw this wrong. But like this one girl who got hung by a noose. I feel like you couldn't, like the noose like disappeared and you didn't even see it in the front, and then it like cut to the back and you did see it, and it just looked like she was like randomly elevated in the closet. Maybe I'm tripping, maybe I was just tired, but yeah, I was like, what the heck, like is the noose even around the front of her neck? I don't know. But yeah, the other kills were lame, but those two, the pitchfork kill and the shovel kill, were pretty darn good, so shouts out to those kills. And I just want to give a quick shout out to the girl who got killed with a pitchfork. Oh my goodness. It was this like short haired blonde girl. She was just a beautiful woman. She had like a nice pentagram tattoo on one of her butt cheeks. That's, it's very nice, very beautiful tattoo. But yeah, she was getting naked there a little bit. So, I was not mad at that. I was not mad at that whatsoever. So yeah, shouts out to her. Beautiful lady. But moving on, from me being a perv, I'm going to get into the couple random iconic scenes from this movie. I only have two. I mean, there's a couple more, but I don't want this review to go on all day. You know, I got stuff to do. I gotta go grocery shopping, big plans. So gotta cut this off eventually. So yeah, basically, you know, the main guy Tommy, he's hanging in his room. He's getting swole. He's just lifting weights on the reg. He's doing curls. He's got a little bench. He's just doing mad pull-ups, getting swole, shirtless, getting sweaty. I might have to hit y'all's with a pause right there. That's a pause moment, but I don't know. But yeah, Tommy was he was on the grind set for surely, man. He was just putting in work, getting ripped. But while he was doing, you know, you're lifting the weights, you get a little tired. So he lays down, puts the headphones on, listens to some rock and roll music, the devil's music, all that. What are you listening to? All that satanic rock and roll? Turn that off. That's the devil's music. But anyways, he's listening to some rock and roll, and maybe he does fall asleep, or maybe it's just a daydream. I think it was just a daydream. But this is one of like the most iconic scenes in the movie, one of the most random sequences. He just has this crazy daydream with this one satanic woman, and there's this rock band playing, and he just gets his head cut off randomly, and the cut off head looks absolutely nothing like his head. It's all like round and fat, and it looks super fake. And then it's just like boom, back to reality. What did that mean? I don't know. What did that have to do with anything? I can't call it. But was it awesome? Yes, it was. So that scene was iconic. I love it. Can't get enough of stuff like that. And then the other random and iconic scene that I really enjoyed was, you know, for no good reason. You know, there's this Halloween party going on. I'm not saying for no good reason there's a Halloween party going on, but for no good reason outside of this Halloween party, we have this comedian or aspiring comedian, and you know, it would be fine if he cracks a couple jokes and it's like a quick sequence, but this, I feel like this was a long sequence, and that's what I'm saying, for no good reason. Like, it had nothing to do with anything, but I feel like they focused on this comedian guy for, it was like 3 minutes or more, and it's like, what did it have to do with anything? Much like the other sequence, the daydream sequence, what did it have to do with anything? I have no idea. It didn't have any. It didn't, you know, relate to anything, but it was great. The dude was just cracking mad jokes. Everyone was digging it. I mean, the dude had jokes. He was pretty darn funny, and even though I was like thinking like, what the heck does this have to do anything? You know, this is kind of going on for a long time. I don't know what the point is. Even though I was thinking that, I did enjoy it. It was a funny sequence. The guy was absolutely hilarious, and the fact that it just came out of left field and it went on for so long was absolutely awesome. So, yeah, that sequence was fantastic. That was another iconic sequence in this movie. You can't go wrong. So yeah, you got some solid stuff in this movie. So I went through my notes, and like I said, this movie was pretty darn hard to follow. So I don't have that much more to say about it, so I'm gonna wrap things up here in a second. But in terms of a recommendation, you know what, I would recommend this. It's October right now. I like I said, this movie encapsulates the Halloween atmosphere. You got Halloween parties going on, you got a lot of Halloween decor, you got a lot of pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns, you got the whole satanic cult thing going on, a lot of just, you know, straight up horror elements. So not only does this have the Halloween atmosphere, the Halloween vibe, the Halloween feeling, it's also so bad it's good. It's also random. It's cheesy. It's schlocky, and it's you know, it's from the 80s. So like the 80s cheesy schlocky movies. That's like those are the best ones. That's the holy grail of, you know, schlocky, cheesy movies, and just the holy grail of horror movies. Period. So it's a perfect storm. So if you're looking for cheesy, so bad it's good, random 80s horror movie to watch in October, to watch around the Halloween season, look no further. Watch Hack-A-Lantern. It's pretty entertaining. I don't know why I keep hitting this paper, and I don't know why I'm speaking in this cadence, but yeah, basically, bottom line, I would recommend it. I had a fun time with it. But yeah, I went over everything I wanted to go over, like I already said. So I'm going to end the video here. Thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.